you're not ugly, okay? You're just not willing to get naked, all right? Listen, woman, okay? You're not ugly, all right? You're just not willing to show some yitties all the time. You're just not willing to show your bazonkas every damn time to anybody just to have an advantage. Men too, you get, okay? You guys are not ugly. You guys are just not willing to show your dingaling schlingaling to people to get an advantage. I'm sick and tired of this shit, bro. I'm sick and tired of pretty privilege, or not even pretty privilege at this point, more like provocative, act like a slash privilege.
Wow, man.
All right, pretty much the idea of individuals, especially women, becoming more and more provocative, which leads to men pretty much succumbing to these types of women, drooling over them, giving them more power, giving them some sort of psychological and sexually stimulating authority over you. It's just plain retarded, all right? It just makes me want to break my leg. Like, this is currently prevalent in the type of media we see, such as Instagram posts, music videos, streamers, OnlyFans models. I know there's already a prevalent stigma on this topic, but it do not change the fact that it will never change unless there is a solution, which I'll explain later in the video. But nigga, I'm just tired of people, especially women, being able to gain an advantage in a certain department just because they're showing their ass or they're showing their badunkadunks, or being promiscuous in general, bro. This has been getting so bad in media.
Big fuckery.
It's been getting bad in music videos, IG posts, advertisement campaigns, etiquette, due to how the culture has been set in stone, bro. The culture has been set in stone that sexual stimuli received by women onto men in any way, shape, or form is how they're going to get any sort of recognition nowadays. All that attention that women receive when showing skin is due to niggas being some loser ass bums that cannot simply talk to a woman to save their kidnapped family. If you gave these men some sort of ultimatum to where they have to talk to one singular woman, or all of their relatives get thrown into a pit of lava, the men themselves will be the ones to throw their relatives into a pit of lava. And the only possible way that these men will have any sort of blood related family member is if they talk to a girl and have kids with said girl. Like, men are actually fucking losers, bro. It's actually so fucking annoying. Like,
What more do I have to say? Really? What more is there to say?
It deadass makes me want to break my leg, dog. Like, for real. Like, I'm sorry for sounding so mad in this video, but like, niggas ain't shit, bro. Niggas ain't shit. Men and women ain't shit, for real. Or at least certain men and women. Let me tell you why I'm so upset, right? So I was watching a video on Gerby's channel. I don't know if you know him. If you don't know him for some damn reason, please check him out. Both this channel and his main channel. Like, not gonna lie, one of the most underrated content creators of our generation. I'm not even being hyperbolic in the slightest. Like, he is legit one of the best YouTubers on this platform. Like, go check him out. But anyways, I was watching this video, right? And apparently it was about how an OnlyFans girl was trying to quote unquote save young men. What do you mean save young men, you may ask? Well, if you pay your close attention to the 3 square JPEGs I'm about to put on the screen, you'll understand. This OnlyFans girl says,
I'm on a mission to stop virgin men joining angry incel communities. Here's how I'm performing this public service.
A model says she's planning to have sex with virgin men to give them a great first experience and stop them from joining angry incel forums. Cami Australia, who makes $220,000 a month on OnlyFans, says she's been inspired to help inexperienced youngsters after watching the Netflix crime drama Adolescence, which centers around the dangers of incel community.
Bro, what the fuck are you even talking about?
I want to help those who have never had sex before avoid going down a bad path. Australia looking to help men who may struggle socially or lack confidence. So far into this, if you have like 2 fucking brain cells, you can understand how this is completely counterproductive. But and let me keep reading. People have a desperate need for connection, she explained, but we live in a world that offers instant gratification through things like dating apps without providing a deeper bond. I want to show them what real connection can look like, even when it's with a sex worker.
What the fuck do you mean? How?
You idiot. You're honestly bullshit. I don't know. Fuck off.
See, like, do you not? Oh boy, oh man. The content creator further proclaimed, in my opinion, that connection can feel validating, and when it's done right, it can be therapeutic. Okay, so this is an OnlyFans girl that is already, by the way, making over 200K a month due to men gooning to her. That is trying to get incel men, which are, you know, pretty much men that are black pill, men that despise women, you know, to get them to sleep with her because she feels as if they're in dire need of attention and connection from women, right? So this girl wholeheartedly believes that sleeping with incel men will be the key to ending incel behavior, which is actually insane to me. I have never seen such atrocity before in my life since putting cereal before milk. Like, that's already an atrocity in itself. You need to put the milk first and then the cereal. But this just tops it, and it just furthermore adds to the list of receipts on how this generation is steadily declining. When I saw this shit, this genuinely made me want to break my third leg. Here lies another piece of proof that promiscuous women are getting all the attention due to them showing their doinks on camera, due to them offering sex to a bunch of men for money. Like, the OnlyFans girl is making 200K a month. Like, what the fuck? And with the whole I'm trying to save incel men type of ordeal, this girl is mentally retarded. Let me explain why. I feel like I don't even need to explain why. I think it's pretty self-explanatory how sped this shit is, but I'm gonna explain anyway. This girl is pretty much claiming that by orchestrating a session that involves getting a bunch of men to pay her to fuck will cure or eradicate their incel radicalized conceptualization of having animosity towards women, right? But if anything, that does the complete opposite because, like, bruh, think! The men that have this mindset lack connection due to them more or less having an empirical experience with a singular woman or multiple women and not having luck, along with failure to refrain isolating themselves, also along with having mental health predicaments and not taking care of themselves to be the best versions of themselves they can be. So we know that these are problems that can be altered and improved through discipline, consistency, having a good and well stable environment around you, yada yada yada. You know, going through this process invokes and manifests something called delayed gratification, where you pretty much do all the hard work, right, and refrain from doing something that hinders your own growth in exchange for a satisfying, meaningful, valuable result at the end that is sustainable for a long period of time. This 2-chromosome cockeyed son of a bitch, I mean, my bad, daughter of a bitch, is manifesting the complete opposite of what she wants to achieve. If a virgin incel man is always complaining about how they lack genuine connection with a woman naturally, what makes you think that getting them to pay you to lose their virginities is going to satisfy them, not only in just the now but in the long run? Sure, they might fucking nut a glass full of in 30 seconds, you know, sure, they finally lose their virginity, but that's it. They pay the girl, they pull their khakis down, they pull their SpongeBob underpants down, fuck the girl, pull their SpongeBob underpants up, pull their khakis up, and go home. There was no natural connection being formed. It was all transactional. This is what is called instant gratification. This is what is called cutting corners. You're not building anything from that. Literally, you had them fuck you, they went home, okay, they're satisfied maybe for the day, but then how about tomorrow? How about the day after? You're right? Like, this just doesn't make any sense. And bear in mind, there are a lot of incels that pay for sex already, which is kind of ironic knowing their radical beliefs against the woman, but they pay for women to and you pretty much reinforce that idea to just keep on paying for sex, keep on paying for any sort of intimacy. It also doesn't help that the men that are fucking the bitch know that there are already 40 other niggas that have fucked her right before, or there are 40 other niggas that are next up to fuck you after. It just defeats the entire purpose of what you're trying to eliminate, which is male loneliness. Like, deadass, what is that supposed to do? A man will hit, then go home, then want to just redo the same shit again and again, and continue to run with this ideological perspective that intimacy with women should be solely transactional.
I consider this a form of public service. I want to stop men from going down a bad path.
You're retarded as fuck. You're a waste of sperm.
Please do me a huge favor and jump out of your nearest window, bro. Feel free to somersault as you plunge to your death. Like, this is fake. This is fraudulent. This is artificial. This is red 40. I don't know. Maybe she might have good intentions, but she's going about it in the absolute wrong way. Who am I kidding, bro? She just wants bread, and she's selling her body to get bread as per usual. I don't know, man. Like, I know women like attention, but in my personal opinion, in my personal fact, this type of attention is not something I'd like to receive from a man if I was a woman. If you're a woman and you watch my content, which is probably like the 1% of you, or maybe 0.5, please don't think that all attention is good attention, because it's not. All right, showing a bunch of skin just makes you prone to attracting a bunch of low quality men in this manner. Being conservative of your body, though, makes you attract high quality men with good morals and good standards for themselves and for you. You are not any less attractive than a girl that does this shit, bro. If anything, you being conservative is way more attractive than these thoughts on the internet. You aren't ugly, you're fucking beautiful, bro. You're better than these niggas. You're better than these hoes, bro. So yeah, this is the problem with overusing social media. I've always talked about this. I've always reiterated this point multiple times in multiple videos. The fact of the matter is, you using social media all the time can lead to critical thinking complications, which can then lead to you believing that you need the sort of attention that all of these other people that you see on the internet get. It could definitely downplay the way you think about yourself due to how many above average or maybe conventionally above average attractive women there are, or men, due to how you look at them all the time. And that can really fuck up your brain, bro. And that's what leads to women wanting all of this unnecessary attention. And that's what leads to a lot of women that don't love themselves to get any sort of validation in any way possible, to the point where they make onlyfans. They make a bunch of thirst trap posts with their ass sticking out of their pants. They do all of this because, one, a lot of them can make good money from this shit. And two, maybe it could be subconscious or conscious, could be a bit of both, but they consciously like the attention. They subconsciously like the attention. They subconsciously like the validation. They consciously like the validation. There's no other reason why a woman would do this. You think women are going to, plaster themselves on the internet just for them to plaster themselves on the internet? Hell nah. That's like saying, oh, I'm gonna go drink some water and not pour any water into the cup and just drink an empty cup. Like, that's literally retarded. People that are promiscuous on the internet, people that plaster themselves on the internet, are the ones that are more likely to get the attention and validation, the most attention and validation, because of how many sorry saps, how many sorry pieces of shit men, doodle stain ass, DDG doodoo garbage ass men are here. Like I said before, I don't want to hate on the woman like entirely. They're just playing the game, right? But as a woman, coming from a woman perspective, right? If we thinking about this from a genocentric point of view, if I was a woman, I'd want to be more conservative. I want someone to respect me for the type of person I am and not just about what they see, right? There's more to humans' existence than physical attributes. It doesn't make any sense to just be a stalking post for everyone to see. It's dumb. And that's what social media does to some of these girls. That's why a lot of them get influenced into wanting to do the same thing. And whilst they believe that it's, for some reason, it's body positivity, woman empowerment, they're doing the exact opposite. It's woman depowerment, nigga. Like, this is not making y'all women look great in any way, shape, or form. And it's just due to the culture, and which then radicalizes people to believe that they're not pretty or they're not good looking because they're not showing enough, and they're not getting the attention that the other men are giving to these delinquents, these buffoons, these barnacle heads, due to the fact that they're not showing skin. And that's why they say that social media leads to critical thinking complications. The more you indulge in it, the more you start to compare yourself, the more you start to think illogically. You start to think more of your emotions as opposed to being logical. You're not a bad looking dude. If anybody's watching this, right? I'm trying to say this in the most non-corny way possible, right? So nigga, you're not fucking ugly. Stop comparing yourself. There's good comparison and there's bad comparison. You're not an ugly dude. Yeah, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you, nigga. You're not an ugly dude. You're just comparing yourself with the top 1% of attractive looking men. They say comparison is the thief of joy for a reason, bro. All right, you don't even look bad. You're just holding yourself to an unrealistic standard due to what you see online. You don't need to fucking do that. All right, keep your clothes on. Keep wearing them sandals with the little toys on them. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. You can wear pants, okay? There's nothing wrong with wearing pants. You can wear shoes, you know, instead of wearing a thong, walking outside. It's perfectly normal to just put on a pair of pants, maybe a button-down shirt or maybe a baggy sweater. Nothing wrong with that, all right? That's all I'm trying to say, bro. That's it, bro. Like, sub, peace, breakers.
Real trap shit.